Have you ever written a to-do list? Been super motivated when you wrote it, only to have it sit in your phone or on your desk, untouched? There's a solution for that. What about that nagging feeling that you should be doing something, but you have no idea where to start? There's a solution for that. If these sound familiar, let me help you understand something. You're not lazy. You're not broken. There's actually a battle going on in your brain. Hi, I'm Doc Pender, and this is all about solutions where problems become possibilities. Almost everyone procrastinates. About 1 in 4 adults struggle with it to the point where it becomes a pattern in their life, an unhealthy habit. It starts small. It can be that laundry that keeps piling up, or the 500 unread emails in your inbox, or a couple due dates that you let pass by. But these small things will slowly but surely turn into larger problems and issues to the point where your ability to make decisions becomes stagnant and you are stuck. Research show that roughly 40% of to-do list items don't get done. So things start to feel overwhelming and it almost feels like you're failing, but you're not. You just need to design your to-do list and your tasks with your brain in mind. Procrastination isn't a time problem, it's an emotional regulation issue. When a task brings up feelings of stress, self-doubt, the brain will choose short-term relief or comfort over long-term reward. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, so it's going to want you comfortable and calm. Many times it'll choose comfort over consequences. So that's why the immediate is taken care of and the long term isn't even thought of. Vague plans are very paralyzing because we tend to overestimate what we can do, and that leads us to shutting down. Then we can feel like we're not motivated and we try to get these things done, but we're just exhausted. So it's almost a recipe for disaster. Instead of asking, why can't I just make myself do this? The better question is, how can I create a solution that works with my brain instead of against it? If this sounds like you, it is time to stop starting over. So many times when clients come to me, they bring me stories just like this. They're struggling with getting even basic tasks done, and they get very upset with themselves when they can't get anything done. They just pretty much shut down. And why? Because they have dug this hole and buried themselves because they need to regulate their emotions better and retrain their brain. That's where this framework comes in. This is the doable framework. It's because progress comes from doing what's possible, not from doing more. Again, going back to my clients, a lot of the times they think, well, if I just do this, and if I just get it all down, and if I just, it's no more if I just. Let's take a deep breath and let's work together today to make doable changes in your life that'll lead to growth. If you look below, you'll see a doable worksheet that you can download. It's really easy. And that way you can apply what I'm about to tell you in your life starting today. You can even take a blank sheet of paper and write doable down the side. Either way, let's follow along and get this done. All right, start with D. Define the solution. So many times people come to me with a list of problems and they tell me all the things going wrong in their life. And trust me, there's a time for that. And I understand that. But for this exercise, what we're going to do is tell me what you want. What is it that you need right now? What's a goal you want to work on? And make sure you can write it out as clear as possible. Clarity is key. So instead of saying, I don't like living paycheck to paycheck, what you might want to say is, I want to feel a little more financially stable. Clarity equals movement, and that's what we want. So be super, super clear in what it is that you want, and that way we can start growing and moving forward. All right. O in doable is one small step. In this box, what you're going to want to do is you're going to write 2 to 3 things that you think are going to help you achieve that goal. Again, start small. When we talk about finances, that can be very daunting, and I know there's a lot that goes into it, so all my accountants out there, don't come for me, just hear me out. This is about getting things done and making movement towards the end goal. So these 2 to 3 things could be anything. And if we want to use finances as an example, it could be downloading an app to help us budget. It could be working with an accountant. It could be researching something on YouTube and learning more about budgets. Whatever we want to write in this little box, but then we need to choose one step. So, with the example with finances, I would choose to download an app or a budget. And so remember, small steps lower resistance and momentum follows. That's what we're looking for. We're just looking for that movement. Often, when we get overwhelmed, we get this negative mindset, right? So, we start all this negative self talk, and it's this loop of just never ending beating ourselves up. We need to take one small step towards that larger goal. We need to shift our brains and our thinking to make it more optimistic and more positive to get us towards a sense of growth. All right, A, anchor it to real life. Goals don't fail because you don't care. They fail because they don't fit into your day. Let's be extremely honest. If we get some huge lofty goal or step and we're exhausted by the end of the day, it's just never going to happen. So you need to attach this step to something you already do. So for instance, if we're talking about downloading our app or our budget worksheet, maybe we do that when we're waiting in the pickup line to get our kiddos in the afternoon, or maybe we do it during our 10:30 break at work. Wherever you can just insert that into your day, you're already planning a path of success because it's going to be part of your day. So often we wait till like when we get home or later in the evening and we're just exhausted and it doesn't fit. Therefore, it doesn't get done. So again, anchor it to your life and to your schedule. Now we're going to check out B, build around the barrier. What barriers could pop up to keep you from completing this one step? Remember, we're just focused on the step right now, not the overall goal. So, what would usually get in the way? It could be distractions. Maybe if you're on your phone downloading that app, maybe it's all those notifications that come in. So you could silence those. Again, back to that low energy. If you're trying to plan this at the end of the day and you know you're going to be exhausted, make sure you're doing it in the morning. Or if you're just overwhelmed, sometimes getting started is the hardest part. A lot of the times when I talk to my clients, I use that 10-minute rule. Whatever it is, just try it for 10 minutes. Get started, and that will help you move forward. So, barriers aren't failures, it's actually information. It's information that's going to help you move forward towards your goal, and you're going to start feeling that success. Which brings us to L, lowering the bar. Perfection keeps people stuck. This is one of the biggest problems we're seeing today with kids, if you can believe it. They're so afraid to make mistakes and they're just locked into being perfect. There is no perfect. Get over it. Instead, we want to make progress. So every little thing counts. If your goal is to get in better shape and one of your things is maybe 10,000 steps a day, then every short walk counts. If you take one lap around the office, that's amazing. Anything you do towards that goal, you download the budgeting app. Awesome. Small things. That's what's going to lead to bigger results. Good enough is exactly what keeps you moving forward. All right, we're bringing it home. The E in doable is end with evidence. Kind of similar to L, where we're lowering those expectations, but E is really celebrating the evidence of what you are getting done. Pat yourself on the back. These are steps that you hadn't gotten done in the past, so it's fantastic that you are moving forward. When you finish even a small step, pause and notice it. It's super, super important to be connected with what you're doing and purposefully living and achieving your goals. That's how confidence is built, through evidence, not pressure on yourself. All right, that sounds pretty doable, doesn't it? So take some time right now. Pause this video or go ahead and put your phone off to the side. Get that worksheet or write it down on a piece of paper, doable, that runs down the side, and think about this: what is one small, doable step that I can take today that moves me closer to the solution I want? Not 10 steps, not reliving the past and what hasn't worked, staying focused on right now and picking the one doable step to move you closer towards your goal. Hey, that could be just downloading the form, or that could be just writing out what your goal is. Whatever it might be, I'm here to help you. Together, let's turn those challenges into solutions. Let's do it one doable step at a time. Check out all the free stuff down below. There's lots of things to download. You can also check out my shop where I have a 5-day reset workbook that can help you dig a little bit deeper into these goals and kind of get focused. You can also schedule a 15-minute free encouragement call where we can talk a little bit more about the solutions that you're looking for, because this is your time. This is your sign to get it done. Solutions start here.